Hello learners, this is Dr. Jagpreet Kaur from Department of Education, Punjabi University, Patiala. In this session, we will discuss information and communication technology and multimedia as teaching learning resources. In this session, we will be discussing the meaning of information and communication technology, definitions of media, impact of ICT on education, learners and teachers, and the role of ICT in teaching learning process, along with the importance and impact ICT and multimedia has on teaching learning process. First, we will take up the meaning of information and communication technology. In short, we write as ICT. ICT stand for Information and Communication Technologies and are defined for the purpose of this lesson as a diverse set of technological tools and resources used to communicate and to create, disseminate, store and manage information. These technologies include computers, the internet, broadcasting technologies, that is radio and television, and telephones. According to Knavel et al. 2000, integration of information and communication technology in teaching requires understanding at a deeper level to facilitate the development of strategies and process to identify opportunities, solve problems and evaluate solutions. They believe that these higher level objectives require not only technical knowledge and skills but the ability to choose an effective strategy for a problem. Poole, 1998, shared his view that the technology is only a tool to both teacher and the student. The effectiveness of the tool depends entirely on the skills they bring to the learning process. He believed that the teacher's task is thus to nurture the student's willingness to learn with the help of these technologies. Meaning of multimedia. Multimedia means that computer information can be represented through audio, video and animation in addition to traditional media, that is text, graphics, drawings and images. A general definition is multimedia is the field concerned with the computer controlled integration of text, graphics, drawings, still and moving images, that is video, animation, audio and any other media where every type of information can be represented, stored, transmitted and processed in a digital manner. A multimedia application is an application which uses a collection of multimedia sources, that is text, graphics, images, sound or audio, animation and video. Multimedia has been seen in a varied manner as presentation of material in multiple formats or in a way that appeals to multiple senses such as sight and sound, as given by Meyer 2001, Precoza and Mohanu 2009. By connecting multiple designs of one piece of information, students are allowed a deeper understanding of the subject matter. According to Meyer 2001, teaching with computers or e-learning provides alternative settings and methods to present material to the students as per Clark 2002 and Jackson 2009. Methods include paint programs, slideshows, movie programs, etc. as according to Precoza and Mohanu 2009. E-learning does not only pertain to the web-based training, it also includes virtual classrooms, digital collaboration and learning through electronic media such as internets, extranets, intranets, interactive, digital television, audio-video tapes and CD-ROMs. Role of information and communication technology in the teaching learning process. Pamble et al. 1997 stated that technology works best as a supporting tool, making complex processes or creative experience either possible or easier to accomplish for the students. He said that technology can offer new ways to provide meaningful real-life context for learning. It also allows students to collaborate with peers and experts across the country and around the world. Rosner, 1997, he is of the view that IT as good as or even better than traditional method of teaching and learning, as it being limitless of time and space. Poole, 1998, pointed out that suitably integrated computer use can contribute to successful results in the classroom as to support teaching and learning, support children's specialization, support children's socialization, enable children with disabilities to integrate and enables a teacher to duplicate excellence. Further, impact of ICT on education. In educational context, ICT has the potential to increase access to education and improve its relevance and quality. Teneo 2002 asserted that ICT has a tremendous impact on education in terms of acquisition and absorption of knowledge to both teachers and students through the promotion of active learning. That is, students and teachers, they are actively involved in the teaching learning process, in the promotion of collaborative and cooperative learning among the learners, also creative learning on the part of the learners, integrated learnings and the evaluative learning on the part of the teachers and the students. The impact of ICT on learners. ICT has a very strong impact in the education system and it provides enormous tools for enhancing teaching and learning. There have been many studies that have highlighted the various ways that ICT may support teaching and learning processes in a range of disciplinary fields such as the construction of new opportunities for interaction between students and knowledge and assessing information. ICT enables new ways of teaching and learning when used appropriately under right conditions such as suitable resources, training and support. ICT also offers the potential to meet the learning needs of individual students, to promote equal opportunity, to offer learning material and also promote interdependence of learning among the learners as viewed by Leach et al. 2005. The 5 ways to establish and sustain effective learning environments through information and communication technology as suggested by the Committee on Developments in the Science of Learning 2000 are: real world problems it should address, scaffolding may be done, feedback, reflection and guidance should be given, local and global communities need to be involved, and it helps in extending teacher learning also as viewed by Newhouse 2002. Robler and Edwards 2000 suggested that there are 5 important reasons for teachers to use technology in education as it motivates the teachers as well as the learners and helps in identifying and addressing to distinctive instructional abilities among the teachers. It results in higher productivity of the teachers and it helps in acquiring essential skills for the information age and 21st century learning and support for new teaching techniques as viewed by Samak 2006. Factors affecting ICT integration in teaching and learning. There are a number of factors which affect the integration of information and communication technology in the teaching learning process, and the most commonly cited barriers are lack of time on the part of the teachers, lack of access to technology and other communication devices, lack of resources in the institutions, lack of expertise on the part of the teacher and lack of support from the peer group as well as the administration. These factors affect the integration of ICT in the teaching learning process by the teachers. Further, subject differences in ICT integration, they are also found. Law et al. 2000 believe that they used ICT in their teaching more frequently. Rosner 97 stated that the use of information and communication technology should be used when they provide more opportunity for students to visualize and understand study materials. In areas where the subject matter focuses more on value, meaning and philosophical ideas, information technology will only partially be able to substitute for human interaction. However, in areas which have a high volume of students studying the subject like the sciences, which constitute a standardized curriculum and factual content, it will more likely be able to supplement the content and teaching methods with the use of information and communication technology. So, it has more applicability in the scientific areas in comparison to the subjects which are focused more on values, meaning and philosophy. There are 7 reasons to use information and communication technology in teaching learning process. As we all know, through the internet, the huge amount of information is available which can be accessed with the help of use of various types of information and communication technologies. Modern languages, they provide opportunities to the teachers and the learners, the chance to learn geography, history and culture with the help of ICT. There is access to new norms of education where for developing 21st century learning skills among the learners, it is important to use ICTs and help the learners to learn the use of different types of technologies. It helps in individualized learning on the part of the learners, individualized lessons may be given to them. It adds meaning to student projects. The student projects are given to the students based on use of different types of ICTs, and it enables the learners by providing them different types of student collaborative opportunities. There are 4 steps by which teachers can plan for ICT integration in their teaching learning process. Step 1 is to examine the curriculum documents, that is the syllabi which are prescribed for different types of courses. The second step is to determine the knowledge and skills that the teacher intends to provide to the learners. Step 3 is to select a technology so as to make the students learn and to apply learning. Step 4 is to select a method of assessment and criteria for evaluation of learning by the learners. These are the 4 steps which may be followed by the teachers for integrating any information and communication technology in their teaching learning process. When it comes to the advantages of information and communication technology, ICT have many opportunities. First is making learning more interesting, especially for hard to understand issues. Bridging distances, example using emails, phones and video conferencing, etc. It helps in breaking literacy barriers in communication, example by using videos and radio. It helps in carrying out research and useful information sharing, example using internet. It helps in assessing information on jobs and internship by the students and the teachers as well. It helps in creation of new employment opportunities via ICTs and with the help of information and communication technologies. It enhances interaction with peers over long distances. It creates entertainment opportunities, that is games, music and videos, etc. It provides more realistic information on life elsewhere, that is all across the globe. You can get information from anywhere. It provides educational information, that is distance learning is possible with the help of these technologies. It provides health information including the sensitive issues. Next we will discuss the role of multimedia in teaching learning process. Multimedia refers to number 1, internet. Information is displayed and can be accessed by many in the same format, location or operating system. These do not affect the data received. The ability to update web pages means that all research will be more up to date than that done using textbooks. Software distributed via the internet can be updated with ease by prompting the user to download new versions. Students can study around their own schedules as the internet is open at any time. That is, it results in individualized learning. The internet provides synchronous chat rooms and asynchronous emails methods of communication. This communication is important for web-based courses as it enables students to overcome the feeling of isolation they may experience over a period of time. This communication is important for web-based courses as it enables students to overcome the feeling of isolation they may experience over a period of time, as quoted by Jackson 2009. Online interaction can also allow for greater equality of participation, as vocal persons are not capable of dominating the situation and shy students are not afraid to join in when hidden behind the computer screen, as quoted by Cahoon 1998 and Precoza and Mohanu 2009. Another is email. This is an asynchronous mode of communication that allows students and teachers to send the same message to a group of people simultaneously and attach documentation or project work in text, spreadsheet or image files. It is cost efficient and almost everybody has access to an email account. Next is electronic bulletin board. Often teachers and students use another method of sharing work with a class of people. This method of uploading work allows files that are more memory intensive, such as videos, to be shared with class. Text files and other small files may also be shared via a bulletin board. Other members of the class can come to the board at any stage and add comments and their feedback. Chat rooms may also be used. This is a mode of synchronous communication which enables students to have a discussion with immediate response with classmates that are online at the same time. If the teacher is online, he can also respond to the queries of the students in a synchronous mode. Audio and video teleconferencing. The key benefits of this communication is the ability of the students to view files on the other students or teacher's computer. Both are cost efficient and video conferencing allows participants to see one another, creating a more real face-to-face situation. Managed learning environments, that is MLE, it provides a venue to house all content and communication for a course such as student records, class lecture notes and email from outside the school or institution. Notices about exams and other important notices for students can be posted here and assumed as read. It is the responsibility of the student to check regularly for the updates on managed learning environment. Managed learning environments can help to reduce running cost of large educational institutions by the use of online records and communication. These are also referred to as LMS, that is Learning Management Systems. Compact discs, digital versatile discs, in short they are known as CDs and DVDs. Video and audio files which are memory intensive are suitable for use with CDs and DVDs. DVDs can also be used in teacher training and for in-service to view situations of best practices. They also allow the student the opportunity to go back over material as often as they wish in any order that they wish to be. As Howard Hills 2003 points out, with self-study students can progress at their own pace. Tutors do not have to work to accommodate varying levels of ability. Similarly, personal digital assistants and mobile phones can also be used to enhance the teaching and learning. It has been observed that there were 3 times as many people who owned mobile phones than PCs. With the availability of mobile internet, there is potential for learning with personal digital assistants and mobile phones. Television, it can be used in classroom as educational television and it can reinforce the material covered and enhance the students' comprehension through the provision of images, audio and motion simultaneously. Interactive whiteboards, this is a piece of equipment that allows teachers to project images onto the blackboard where they or the student can add extra information. The entire piece of work can then be saved in its edited version or printed by the teacher. This method of delivery is believed to help teachers reach teaching aims and objectives in a easier manner. Next are the benefits of multimedia learning. We have been discussing different modes of multimedia. Now the benefits of multimedia learning are, first benefit is deeper understanding. According to research, a benefit of multimedia learning is that it takes advantage of the brain's ability to make connections between verbal and visual representations of the content, leading to a deeper understanding, which in turn supports the transfer of learning to other situations. All of this is important in today's 21st century classrooms as we are preparing students for a future where higher level thinking, problem solving and collaborative skills will be required by the learners. Second benefit is it results in improved problem solving. A large percentage of the human brain dedicates itself to visual processing. Thus, using images, videos and animations alongside a text stimulates the brain, student attention and retention increases. Under these circumstances, in a multimedia learning environment, students can identify and solve problems more easily as compared to the scenario where teaching is made possible only by the textbooks in a traditional mode of teaching. It also helps in increased positive emotions among the learners. According to the psychologist Barbara Fredrickson, experiencing positive emotions makes people see more possibilities in their lives. Using multimedia during instructions, it impacts students' mood during the learning process. With a positive attitude, they can learn better and tend to be more proactive in the teaching learning situation. Fourth is access to a vast variety of information. With the help of computers, tablets, smartphones and the internet, students are today better equipped than ever to search and find the information they need. A study revealed that 95% of the students who have access to internet use it to search for online information. Sharing the information and participating in classroom discussions is done in a more confident way when access to information is as easy as today for the learners. World exploration. There is no surprise here. With the help of multimedia, children can explore and learn about places they would never been to. In a geography class, students can explore different cities of the world, the tallest mountains and the most dangerous jungles. In a science class, space and planets exploration is now possible. In a biology class, the dissection of rare animals and different habitats exploration are like a walk in a park for the students, benefiting from a multimedia learning environment in the classroom. So after these benefits of multimedia, let us discuss the practical advantages of using multimedia in the classroom. A major advantage to using multimedia resources in the classroom is the ability to bring in images, sounds and videos without leaving the room. Computer programs and internet sites can also give students those experiences that might ordinarily be unsafe, such as views from scaling mountains in a geography lesson or a dissection of a rare animal. Additionally, using a projector or individual computers gives students the opportunity to view information on materials up close. Educational advantages of using multimedia is that students who learned from materials containing both text and graphics produced 55% to 121% more accurate solutions to problems according to David Taylor at the University of Maryland. The use of images along with words diminishes the overwhelming nature of text and helps the students to manage the cognitive load, which increases retention of the learners. Specifically, graphics are found to support retention because important elements are focused on via placement, layout and color. Activation of prior knowledge is engaged quickly with visual analogy and mental models are created easily as diagrams can enhance understanding of how a concept works. Additionally, learning is made easier because simulations allow students to visualize real life situations and motivation is increased as students are able to see the relevance of skills they are going to acquire with the help of use of multimedia. Moreover, when designing a multimedia learning experience for the learners, the role of the teacher shifts from the instructor to a facilitator. If a lesson allows students to complete learning at their own pace as they move through stages of learning, classroom management becomes increasingly difficult. This is particularly true if students work in groups to view multimedia sources or share computers. Additionally, students who are not as proficient with technology may have to spend more time learning computer skills to access information than focusing on course material. Hence, this is an educational disadvantage of overuse of multimedia in the classroom. Another issue is multimedia lessons or components of lessons delivered via video or image require computers, projectors and other electronic devices depending upon the subject and the amount of original material a teacher creates. The expense associated with quality projectors or computers for every student can be quite high, and the amount of images and videos in a lesson can slow down the delivery and pace of the class as a result. Student access to computers at home may also cause problems, and varying quality of student electronic devices can create inequity in projects and presentations which are being prepared by the students. So, at the end of the lesson, it may be concluded that technology should be adapted to suit the needs of the user and aid in our development. Information and communication technology motivates the students and also facilitates the completion of work and the communication between students and teachers. The use of ICT in education adds values to teaching and learning by enhancing the effectiveness of learning. It added a new dimension to learning that was not previously available. After the inception of ICT in schools, students found learning in a technology enhanced environment more stimulating and engaging than in a traditional classroom. The information and communication technology in education serves as an equalizing agent since a lot of students can have access to it and they can get an opportunity to work together as a group. Thank you.